The fundamental reason people learn history is so that history doesn't repeat itself to the
Hmm.
best of our abilities. And without history, without the culture that portrays that, that becomes a problem. And so that's why I think it's so impactful. And not to get too high minded or self aggrandizing or anything, but on a much, much smaller scale, I think that's what we're doing is
Hmm.
we're trying to preserve culture. Yes,
Yeah.
obviously nowhere near on the same
Yeah.
scale. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to compare myself to Gordon or any of the others.
Yeah.
But to a certain extent, that's why I think what we do is important, why we highlight what was good and point out what was bad and not allow censorship to change old movies,
Yeah.
to change the past. Because even if Blazing Saddles is racist, it still is important to see and embrace what the world was at that time and see value in it as much as anything else. And so I'm not trying to act like I'm important
No,
or
but
anything, but
no,
I
no,
think
but you're
that's
right.
important.
We are trying to collect, protect, and preserve things as they were originally presented,
Hmm.
as they were originally created, delivered. And in some cases, the creators aren't here anymore, or the creators gave up their control and things have gone out of control, that they're off the rails, and it's disgusting and it's terrible. But it is our job, and we have a right as the people who, like myself, because I am older, old man here. I was there when
What?
I was yeah, I was there when these things premiered. I stood in line, or I was brought to stand in line in the case of the original Star Wars movies. I was put on that. I was given this stuff to love, and this. But I was there for so much more after that. And I remember what it was like when it first existed. And to be told by some less than 20 something, not even a 20 something, a less than 20 something these days, that the Disneyfied version, or the new version that has been corrupted within a company, whoever buys that's the better version, that the old version needs to be modernized for a current day audience. No, go F yourself. No, no, it's an argument I made earlier last month in a video I made. Things are timeless for a reason. Art is timeless.
Hmm.
It belongs to everybody. It's supposed to inspire you. It's supposed to give you hope. It's supposed to make you feel safe and comfortable. It's supposed to ground you. Some people will find things that are so beautiful, whether it be a piece of art or a piece of music, a book, that they will go to it in their darkest moment to find the peace to go on. They'll look at something and say, wow, that's just beautiful. And if something that beautiful can be created once, then maybe it's okay for me to struggle on to the next day. Maybe I can do something. Maybe I can show this to somebody else and give them hope. Maybe they'll find the beauty in it too. And that's the importance of culture. And that's why culture erasure is horrible. And it's the same thing, like, and it relates to what you said. We are in a modern day now, in 2023, when you and I are doing this review, we're seeing a new version of culture erasure. They're not erasing the culture, they're perverting it. And I don't say perverting it in a sexual manner. I mean, they are
Hmm.
distorting it. They're changing it by saying, got to add pronouns, by saying so and so has to be changed this. They have to change the dialogue, got to update it. We're going to change the meaning of it here away from the meaning of what it originally had to suit the crazy people now, to make them feel comfortable. That's erasing what came before. And that's not right. And that's why we are guardians of this culture that we now live in, of modern pop culture, because we're either there first, or like you, somebody who's come along and found it in its original form and appreciates what it was, and sees that, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna learn all I can about this, so that when I share it with somebody else, I can give them the accurate representation if they haven't seen it before. It's our job to carry it on to the next generation. And that's why what we do is important. And that's why I don't think you are aggrandizing us at all. We're simply doing the job that has to be done.
Hmm.
And whether we get praise for it now, I don't care. If what I do now, if the videos I make now, everything I do now survives into the years beyond me, and I want that to be after I've died at 350 years old.
So next
Um,
week.
Shut up. Uh, I want everything I've done to preserve real Star Wars for people out there to see that this is what it looked like before Disney got their hands on it. If even a handful of people see that and they're able to get their hands on it and share with somebody else, I win.
Mhm.
That means Disney doesn't win because, as I like to say always, we were here first. Real fans were here first, and we're going to collect, protect, and preserve this stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you'd like to reach out to me, please email me at theranernerd@gmail.com for all channel business purposes. I am on Twitter now, mostly for promotion and sharing of videos, maybe a little shit stirring here and there. Who knows? At the Ren Nerd. You can also find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can see me on Rumble and Odyssey under the Renaissance Nerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.